troubleshooting day again, friends, and I have here a Victor portable turntable, so I will put this back later on. So let's take a look. So this is a transistor radio phonograph. So this is from a friend. He wants this to be restored. Well, I will try to restore this one, but here there are cracks. This one, so you can see here, it's a very sad story here, and they tie it with a GI wire there. So anyway, I will do this later on. So as we take a look inside part, so this is the inside part, this is the cover. So there is no adapter for 45, and on the inside part, well, it's already there. The tone arm is cracked, head shell has a crack. I think all of this has a crack. This one, no screw, and it is also cracked. So what I'm trying to do here is to function it again as intended, but the casings here, maybe this is as is, but I will try to patch up this crack here and also the tone arm. So my first step here is to look what is the inside part situation of this Vector. The inside part, it looks like intact, but oops, there's missing here the spring for the battery. This one here is the adapter, 9 volts. This one also missing the screw here. The part here is the speaker. I will check the speaker, and also this one. This is the tuner and amplifier section. As you can see here, the capacitor, the tuning capacitor, is an air variable capacitor. I will try to recap. First thing I'm gonna do, I will try to recap, make an adapter, check the speaker, because I think the speaker here is not functioning, because there, as you can see, the speaker cone is deteriorated. There are some holes there. I'll just connect an alligator clip here for my supply. This is only for testing. This is 9 volt supply there, the black and the red. So as I diagnose the motor, it runs well. Oops, it's turned off. I will try to turn on there. So there, but the only thing matters to me is the idler wheel is hard, so it produces sound there. That's an annoying sound. And also the motor grommets, the rubber here is melted and become hard again. This one there, it has a grommet here and this one here, so I need a rubber here also. So but for now, I diagnosed it also. The speaker is busted. I will set this to radio. There's no sound, but if I will try to put a headset on that clip to the speaker terminals. It has a sound, a little bit of sound. I think it needs to be recapped. So my first thing here is to recap first this unit. So these are the list of my capacitor to be recapped. I have here 100 microfarad 16 volts, 10 microfarad 16 volts, 33 microfarad 16 volts, and 3 pieces, 1 piece. So the 16 volts here are not the original voltage of the capacitor. I step up it because here it has 10 volts and some has 6 volts, and it's not really an issue if you try to step up the voltage, unless it's an issue if you try to step down the rated voltage of the original capacitor. If you step it down, make it 6 volts from 10, make it 6 volts, it will pop out. Anyway, about also the capacitance here, I replaced the 30 microfarad there. This is the 30 microfarad. It's hard to find a 30 microfarad, so I make it 33. And also it is better if you try to step up than to step down the capacitance of your capacitor. But it's best if it is in exact value in capacitance. In voltage, it is better to have a higher voltage, but sometimes if you make it a higher voltage, it become more bulky. The capacitor will become big, so it's hard to place it in the circuit board. I will try to recap this first. And by the way, this part here is the output transistor, and it uses output transformer just like a tube amplifier here, but the only thing, the drivers are transistors. So this is an old version of amplifier. This part here is the amplifier section. The part here is for the tuner section. I will try to detach first this 16 ohms impedance speaker, 1.5 watts. It is busted. Hope I can replace a 16 ohms speaker. Where to find it? It's hard to find now a 16 ohm speaker. If not, I will try to replace it with a lower impedance speaker like 8 ohms or 4 ohms. I will just put some resistor on the positive side. I just cut the yellow wire here. This one. This is for the speakers. Positive side of the speaker here. Speaker is busted. I think the coil is deteriorated. So this is now what it looks like. The speaker needs to be replaced. So I will try to replace the speaker. So next I will try to clean this selector switch from phono to radio. This is sometimes how I clean the slide switch. I just remove the cover, and also this one here, the contacts. I will clean this one. Also this one here. I will use a 1000 sandpaper. The grit number is 1000. I will try to sand the contacts here. So I just sand the contacts and also this contact here. Now I will try to mount it all. So this is now what it looks like, ready for mounting the cover, this one here. So here it is. Make sure you have I have here the guide there, and this one here at the bottom, and also the part here I put a marking there. So next is mount this on the chassis. So it's done. So this is my newly purchased speaker, and this is the old one. The old one is 16 ohms impedance and 1.5 watts, and I will replace it. Sad to say, I cannot find a 16 ohms, but wattage is the same, 1.5 watts, but the issue here is the impedance. So I will try to put a resistor on the positive side of this speaker, so I can have a 16.2. I have here a resistor, and also I just purchased the capacitors, the electrolytic capacitors. So I will try to recap this. So I just finished recapping all capacitors. This one, and also at the bottom part there is one here. I just replaced it, and also this one here. So next I'm gonna do is to put a resistor on this speaker so I can mount it here. So this is now what the speaker looks like. I just series it with a 1/4 watt. I'm just using 1/4 watt here because this unit is only just 1.5 watts on its power, so it is not really bother if I use a 1/4 watt resistor. So here it is, 8.2 ohms 1/4 watt resistors. So I have now a total of 16.2 ohms for this. So I will mount all the parts and let's check if it works. So I just mounted the tuner part, the amplifier section also, this one. This is the new speaker, and I mounted the resistor here, as you can see, and I put the power supply just for testing. So let's try to power this and let's see if it works. So it works.
Ang duha ka mutated virus sa halos 31. Bakikaw para nila kini. Ito mo nang ginagawang paghahanda ay ang listahan ng nabibig. Sa ipa-credit ni strong bones and help support flexible joints.
So it works. And next is I will troubleshoot the cartridge here if it works. If not, I will try to replace this ceramic cartridge. So I just test the ceramic cartridge here, and doesn't have signal coming from the tip of the needle there. But if you try to touch the positive side of the wire here, there, but it doesn't generate sound coming from the tip of the needle. So I will try to replace this Hope I can find a spare for this one. I will try to detach the solder joints here to get the blue wire, and also this one. It is from the tone arm going to the cartridge, so I can repair the tone arm. For this I will try to detach. So here I just remove this, and also this one. This is actually a switch. If you try to rest the tone arm, it will automatically shut off the motor here. So I will try to detach also this one to get the tone arm. Here's the switch. This is the switch that will push also the connection here, like that. So I just detach this one, and next is to detach the C-clip. So here's the C-clip. Next, you can pull this underneath there. So I just pull out the tone arm and also the wire. So here's the damage here, the crack there, and also here the head shell part. This one is a crack also. I will try to detach first the cartridge. So here it is. I just detached, and you can see the crack. I will try to patch here. I will try to put a DevCon, and this one I have the soldering iron. I will try to make a dots so that the DevCon will actually stick and hold to these tiny dots I make there. So that's the trick. And also this one here, I will put some dots. This is not actually going to the other side of this plastic, just here. So this is what it looks like there. So here there's no marks, just this one here. So this is the adhesive that I put. This is a DevCon, and I will cure this for 24 hours. After 24 hours of curing this is now what it looks like. It's firm, but you can see the crack, but it's very firm now. Okay, so I will try to make my modification of this one. This is the new, and this is the old. I will remove this lock here. This is actually a lock from the head shell of this turntable. So remove and put it on this side here. So this is the part that I will mount it here, and as you can see on this part, this one here, I just cut it off there, so it has a level surface on the top, so I can mount it like this. So the adhesive now can hold properly to these holes I make. This one, so I will put this on the side here. There's also a holes here, but make sure not to put on this side because this is where the pins of the pickup located. So I will check it first. So there is no hole or a part here that the adhesive can pass through the inside part of this pickup, so it is safe to put an adhesive on this part here. And also I will make some dots so it can grab properly to the metal, this one. So I just finished putting the Debcon band together, the lock and the cartridge. So this is now what it looks like. I will cure this again for 24 hours there, and on the back part this is what it looks like there. The black markings there, that is the Debcon, and also I make the holes so the Debcon can firmly attach to the metal. So curing this 24 hours again. So this is now what it looks like there, and ready to mount here. Actually this part here with a pointed tip, this is the lock. It will hold on this side here, as you can see there. It will hold there on the side. If you mount this one, it will try to grip the edge of the head shell. So make sure if you try to attach this in the head shell, it is properly mounted. So before I mount this one, I will connect this ground, two grounds, this one, the pin at the center, this one is the positive side, and the lower pins, the two one, is the negative side. So I will solder a wire so it become a mono. Ready for mounting, and this is now what it looks like there. The blue wire going to the two pins, as you can see, that is the positive side, and the negative wire here has no insulator there. This part is the negative side, this one. The positive is this with a blue insulation. So next I'm gonna mount this in this part here, and this is now what it looks like there. It is very firm, it will not go down there. It's very firm. Next is to attach the spring here. Put this on this side, and also the washer, this one there. And by the way, I will put this also on this tube here, pass through this hole here. So there. Then mount it here. So I mounted it. This is now what it looks like. And on the bottom part there, my next step is to attach the switch from here to contact here, this one. So here it is, and let's try to check if I will try to engage the tone arm if the motor spin. So I'm checking here if I will try to engage the tone arm if the motor spin there. If I will try to put it in the armrest, the motor stop, and if I will try to put it on a platter, or if there is a record there, it will spin. So it works. Then let's go for the second modification, this one. And by the way, I will try to solder the parts, the wire of the tone arm going to the main circuit board. So the blue wire is now connected to its connection. This one is the positive, the signal, and this one is the ground. So here I just detach the idler wheel now, and this is the actual diameter, 39.7. But for this rubber here, I will put or score the center so I can put an o-ring and try to get at least, I will try to, so this is 9.3, I will make it 8.3. I will remove the 1 mm diameter for the o-ring to attach this side, so I can have also the 39.7. This is my o-ring, and this is now the idler wheel there. So I'll put the o-ring. So here it is, and let's try to take a measurement. 39.6, so the last is 39.7, so not bad at this. So I will try to put this on the turntable. I've just mounted the idler wheel now and ready for testing. So I will put the platter. Then let's try first the 45 RPM. The 45 is the inner circle and the 33 is the black circle. 45 is the red. So this is 45 RPM. So you can see there the line, almost stable, like 98%, 95 to 98%. Now let's go for the 33. There, 33 also is a stable speed there. You can see the lines. So that's all for the idler wheel. The idler wheel size of this turntable is 39.7 mm. So my next step here is to repair the handle and do some cleaning, and also this one here, the label. So this is what it looks like now in the handle. I just reinforced it with an aluminum there. Oops, this one here, there. And on the front part you can only see screw. And before I close this one, I put an external out here a 3.5 mm mono jack for line out going to your amplifier, or you can also input here a 8 ohms speaker, and also you can input here going to your amplifier. This is a request of the owner of this unit, so I just mount it there, and this is the inside part. So I will try to close this, and let's try to test all of the parts, or the turntable part area and the tuner part. The last part of my restoration by Vector Swim, and the actual model is here, RS-1000 all transistor by Vector. So at the back I just make an adapter here. This is also my DIY adapter there, and still has some dirty parts. I cannot get this one because it actually stick to the plastic, so sad to say it's as is on the cosmetics, but the condition is now in a working condition. So let's try first the radio. This is the AM. So let's try the phono there, the PH or phono. I have here a vinyl record, 45 7-inch vinyl record. So this is all about Vector RS-1000. Hope you subscribe to my channel and stay updated always for more videos to come. And as always guys, thanks for watching.